Hello and welcome on the Blade Break channel. Today we will be starting the Oldhim testing. We will do that for a few days to just check out all the matchups. Let's see how this deck will do. This version of Oldhim is kinda my own. You will find, of course, the deck list in the description below the video. But it's rather a usual list, maybe apart from Endless Winters, which are not played in most of the versions of Oldhim. I kinda like to use them. This is a great attack that can disrupt multiple turns on the opponent's side, so I want to test those. From the usual arsenal we will have CNCs, E-Strikes, and of course Oakenolds, Beltings for the Go Wide strategy, Staunch Responses Red, mostly for Briars, Sink Belows because those are great, Pummels for the tempo plays. Yeah, we did not include the erase faces. Maybe we will for the next days of the testing, but for now we want to try it without those cards. For the yellows, only one Pummel and Autumn's Touch. For the reactions, free block, Earth for the fusion. So the very same when it comes to blue. Nothing kinda weird in the blue set. Rather the usuals like channels, blizzards, hypothermia, yeah, grande, pulse, grasps and quakes. When it comes to the weapon, Sledge for the mirror, Winter's Wail for all the other matchups. When it comes to the rest of AQ, Fists, Sits of course, and Tunic mostly. Heart of Ice to test out against maybe Islander, and if we play against Kano, I guess auto include as well. Usual legs, null rune for rune blades, gloves only for wizards, and two of the shields. Mostly we'll be using Rampart, maybe a stalagmite test for some of the ninjas. We will see. So yeah, that's the deck. I will be of course discussing maybe some sideboarding before the games. And as mentioned, you will find the deck in the description of the video. So let's find some games for us and have a good time watching the video guys. Cheers. For the first game of the day we will be playing against Bravo. The opponent will go first. We will use the Sledge, I guess, in that matchup, and of course we want to go wide. We want to have the reacts and pummels, and since this will be maybe going to decking out, we can use the CNCs. So yeah, let's get ready and let's wish our opponent good luck, have fun. It would be maybe good to filter that pummel out and get the fused one. Belittles? Like really? Like really belittle? Into the hammer? That's nice. Let's be greedy. Now they know. If we do not draw into blue, okay. We got lucky. So let's reply with that one. That was greedy. You shouldn't do that. You should block anyway. It might be the case, and we will see that soon, that even if I blocked the 6, I would draw into that, and let's see what next two cards will be. Don't tell me they have the reaction. Okay. So we want to arsenal, let's say that one, and next two cards. Okay, so we wouldn't be able to fuse, but Nimblis, this is sick. This is just sick. This is awkward. To be true, this is awkward. So we can reply with CNC, but they do not have the arsenal. Why they are using the boots? What happened in that match? I mean, what actually happened? Is it like Razor? What? Like what? Why? I mean, okay, but why? Let's see what, I mean, we should use that when they declare the attack, but yeah, let's just block 6. Let's reply. They will let that in. Oh, they are aggressive. Nimblism again. Okay, let's use that and let's react to that. Paying 2. That's fine. Now let's go ahead with a sledge. That's just weird. I could have played like channel and a sledge, and I didn't do that because usually against normal Bravo that would not have any impact, but against this one I potentially should have. This is weird. I just noticed I have null rune boots instead of snaps. That's one of the problems, mate. That's not all. I mean, what is that? I mean, what's happening? Yeah, let's use that and that. That's 5, so we can go again into 7, so it would be good to block something here, or we can 7 with go again, and then now let's block something here. Let's not be so greedy. So an E-strike, which is fine, because we can have the tempo, and a follow-up of 6, and that's just fine because we are still maintaining the tempo. And we will start with a E-strike of our own, 4-5, and now with an E-strike for another 5 and a draw to have the arsenal, and arsenal that. Now we can go again into 6, so it can be 11. But what actually is that tag? This is going into the thumbnail or the title. I mean, crazy Bravo. The next attack action. I need to read those cards. Okay, so +3, getting into bottom of the deck if it hits, and that's an 8, and we can do 8. I'm afraid that if I use the crown now. I will not be able to play that with the sledge. The crown only prevents one. But nah, that's not the turn for that. Let's give them d8. And a bingo. That's a nice one. So now we want to undo that. Let's use the crown on the declaration. And yeah, let's just get rid of the blizzard and use those two, paying for that. That's a 5. And now we can reply with that one. And a sledge. How did they block the whole 5 and have 4 cards in the hand? Oh, they didn't. Okay. Arsenal that. See if they can kill me. Come to a fight and a bingo. So this will be like 6, this will be 11. And since this will be 11, we want to use that. We will be playing that off tunic, so we can block the 3, 4, 5, 10. We can't block 11. The go again gives them nothing. Let's react to that. Yep. It will hit. And we can non-attack action card reveal this way, draw a card. If attack, we will reveal attack. Have the go again, sir. Please kindly have the go again. So now it's time to take some cards out of their hand. Yeah, they can give me the 4 back, and we will not be taking the 4. That's just a shame, because now we kinda have to pay for that. Do not have the arsenal. I mean, we can just as well block 3 and reply with that. They do not have the arsenal, so the CNC does not matter unless they have like the reaction. That is just a sick match. I've never seen a Bravo like that. So they will be ending the turn. We will be playing that for sure, to still take as many cards as possible. Give me another. Okay, now they can play off 2 cards, but yeah, dominate would be good. Maybe we can get that by using the off tunic crown. So let's do that. Let's do that, and this gives us basically nothing. So let's leave the dominate in the deck and attack with that. Whole hand taken. I mean, arsenal that And now let's go into the business. 5 followed by a 7 should do the trick. Yeah, that's GG. That was just a weird bravo. Really crazy one. Okay, so let's go into the next match of the day. So for the next one we will be playing against the Dash. And for Dash we want to go first. We want to have the CNCs and pummel and maybe some go wide plays. This may come into the decking out phase, so maybe we should include some of that. And yeah, let's wish them good luck, have fun, and go into the game. So basically they will be trying to get the pistols, I mean the pistol with the whole item set, so 2 chambers, 2 purifiers, and go like 3 times for 4 each turn, block with 2 cards, and be able to recycle all the counters on the items and attack with pistol multiple times. So what we actually want to do is to either set them up at low HP before that happens, so we can then rotate to the second phase with the dominates and finish off early, or be able to deck them out. So maintain defensive and on high HP and reply with hammer each turn, taking off some cards, paying with some life for that, and reacting as much as possible to effectively get to the point where we will be taking them out. Since we are starting, we won't be using pummel right now, but maybe we can leave that off in the arsenal. So maybe let's go a bit wider to take as many cards as possible. So let's go with a 9, meaning that we will start with the E-strike and then go into the hammer. So effectively we will use 1 card to take 4 of theirs, or 3, and push some damage. So it's a 1 for 3. And yeah, that's good enough for me. So now they are playing the chamber. I mean they are just stacking the counters, and basically we can avoid taking any damage just by doing that, paying for the ram's head. And for the second attack we will be able to block with the shield. If they present any further attacks before the second pistol, maybe we can sink below and sink some card, block with 1 card, reply with the hammer, arsenal a card, and rotate again. So before they will be able to establish more items, the blocking is not so bad. So now it's a free block. We can always block with a 0 equipment, so unless they have more than 1 of the T-bones, that's not an issue. So now maybe let's sink a card, and we want to have dominates later on, maybe in the second rotation. Now they will attack for free, and we want to block that as well, and that's fine. They were not boosting, so no repopulation of the counters. Now let's just reply with the Winter's Whale. I'm leaving that because potentially maybe we drew into the hand that will enable go wide turn. That's why I will be leaving that. Maybe we can even take some damage to be able to do that. We are taking 2 cards, so the scenario now is potentially available. But actually there is a better play to do. They have like 5 block, so this will hit. And since we will be going greedy, we can block that damage just to maintain high life total. Yeah, they will be giving that go again, so maybe we'll just take 2. No, they will play the core and that's a good one. So now we will just reply with that one, and it's a good hand. We will not be using crown now, so they have a free block. Maybe that's a D-react. They always have a D-react for that. So they just switched that, and this will hit, leaving them. Okay, this will not hit, so first unmovable has been used. But yeah, when it comes to the card race, you can see that it's 4 for 9. So yeah, they are using the resources from Teklo to repopulate that. Then the pistol. Now they will use the pistol, so we will use that because we can reply with the fused Endless Winter on our turn. So that's actually great. I will not be using an instant now. Okay. We could consider reacting to that to maybe take a card from them, but the Endless Winter is stopping their next turn effectively. So let's see, they will repopulate the counters. They shouldn't attack. No reason to. So now we can even maintain the tunic counter and play that just with the cards, fusing of course. So now each block adds a frostbite, so they will take off turn, but yet again we were able to swipe some cards from them. And yeah, we will be arsenaling that one. We have an Oaken Old. It would be good to stack that with the Winter's Grasp and the Autumn's Touch that just went onto the bottom. But if they attack with the pistol, we can rotate and maybe play that with the Pummel. Or maybe we can play that with the Pummel anyway. Not sure. Yeah, let's see maybe what we can do with that. So now we kinda have to. So maybe let's do that. They know it's a pummel. 2 cards, 2 resources. They know it's a pummel. But maybe thanks to that we will be able to push some damage if they give us more cards in here. Okay, so they not. Maybe they have the reaction. And since it's a yellow pummel, like anything like that will actually save them from taking damage. And that's just sad. If it would be like the red pummel, that would be much better because we would take the card from their hand. Yeah, but what can you do? So let's drop that. And yeah, CNC with a pummel would be much better. So yeah, they will stack decanters, play another induction chamber, so we are slowly on the clock now. So I'm guessing we should be pushing some damage in here. And I'm leaving that just because maybe we will draw into another pummel. We only seen one, we have 3 more, and that may give us the edge. Okay, so they are preventing the damage as much as they can. They want to get into that setup plan. And now we can rotate with the crown in our turn, hoping to draw into something. Not really, so this will be a CNC play. Pitching like that. They have the crown, maybe that will prompt them to use that. Like we already took like 19, potentially over 20 cards, 1/3 of the deck out of them, and maintain the full HP. And they still have to find some of the items. We've used 2 Oakenolds, but we still have 2 Endless Winters, 1 Oakenold, 3 pummels, and some go wide strategies. Yeah, so and it's good to see crown being used. Actually now I want to arsenal Blizzard potentially to be able to rotate with the shield and play that yet again to force more cards out of them. This may be risky if we draw into the red hand, but yeah, maybe we need to take that risk. Okay, so a decent one. Maybe we can do the double turn, depending on what attacks they will send on us. Okay, so they are playing the Plasma Purifier. And there is no reason to do anything right now. We can play 5 E-Strike with Go again. And follow up with CNC. So we will take 1 card like that. And we will follow up with CNC to potentially take 2 more cards. So now we will not be able to put them onto the HP level where Dominate is the case before they have the setup. So our goal switched a bit to take as many cards out of them as possible, to maybe be able to force them to deck them out before they can actually kill us. And they were afraid of a pummel, because that's a nice setup for a pummel. Really want to protect that arsenal, potentially a D-react for the fuse token ult or something like that. But that's actually good, because we took Spark of Genius and we took multiple cards this turn. And yeah, and now we can play maybe Fuse Token ult off Tunic with, Crown of Tunic 2 Token ult fused, and maybe followed up with a pummel, which would be great. So let's try that, since there is a chance, there was a chance to do that. But now actually we have to drop that plan. So maybe a go wide strategy, setting that up for the next rotation. So we have to pitch that for the belting. And we can follow up with the Frosty Hammer. Maybe not necessarily pummel that. Let's try. Yeah. So I guess we want to follow up with a Frosty instead of a pummel. That's a D-react for sure. So there is no reason to do that. I prefer a Frosty now, another card, and an arsenal to mitigate some damage that I can do. Yeah. So now we want to draw into that first, knowing that potentially now we can play a dominate with the pummel, but that's not the plan. I mean, we won't be able to put them at the level where we can kill. Yeah, so they used that one. They will use a pistol and potentially attack 3 times. So let's put that into the block and take 1. That's understandable. Maybe we can give them 1 card. And reply with the CNC. I mean, no reason to scare them. Yeah, let's give them 1 card. Hope that is not a blue, and they will not be able to repopulate everything. They've used like, yeah, that's a blue. Okay, so they played another plasma. That's what they were protecting in the arsenal. That's why they blocked so much. So yeah, let's do that. Take another 2. The force will be painful now, I guess. So we took another 2 cards and arsenal that one. This is good to play, but unfortunately we will not be playing that. Okay, so they are populating the counters. Yep. let's start building that shield. So let's do one, and we will react with that one to maintain the prevention, and put that on the bottom. Okay, pommel's fine. Yep, so now let's block with that. And that. And pay additional one. Maintain the prevention. Okay, they left the counter. So now we will play a Frosty. Slower card. Yeah, but still take 2, that's fine. And arsenal that one. They will end the turn, which is not ideal. We can play a dominated attack, make some damage, but this is not actually what we want to do. We want to take as much cards as possible, as many as possible. So maybe let's start with the crown. And now we kinda have to do that. And they may be afraid of the pommel. Let's see if they have D-react. No. So we will arsenal and see what we get. Now they will be able to populate all that. Yeah. So what we want to do here is react with that, block with a shield, block with that, fix that, reply with the hammer. Yeah. That's fine. So let's block with that. We will pay 1. And we will react with that one. Putting that on bottom. And we will actually react with Oldhim as well. So we will be blocking next to. Yeah, now let's do that and pay. That's okay. That's fine. 22 cards to go. Yeah, if you decide to attack, I will take that off tunic, of course. Block and pay, and we will take 1 damage. And that's just fine. Now we will reply with a hammer. Of course, pitching that. Give me a card. Give me yet another card. Yep, we've got a card. And we will arsenal. Now we have double D-react, which is great. So let them repopulate that. They will do another card. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. That is also fine. Now we will use the crown. Now we will use that one. Pay 1. And react with that one. What we will do next is block and we will block and use a shield, paying for the shield, and we will put that on the bottom. We will attack with the Frosty. Give me 1 card, sir. Maybe 2. Maybe 0. Okay, that is a card. And we will arsenal. And just do that all over again and again and again, up to the moment where we will be reaching that sweet spot. Yeah. Nice population of cards. And we kinda want to okay, let's pay with that. We can D-react, block with 1 card, hammer and arsenal. So block with 1 card and that, pay for it. Of course they will react to that. We still have 1 floating. We will block with another card, pay for that, and D-react. And then we will block again with 1 floating prevention and take 1 sweet damage. If we had the tunic, it would be 0. This way we are not losing as many cards using the D-reaction, and we will play into the hammers game. 19 more to go. Okay. And the turn arsenal. Still some reactions available to us. They had a red one. They had a blue one. Okay. That is fine. Yet again. That's fine. We can go white, but the plan with the decking out is kinda better. We will give them one card. If we go 1 for 1 each turn, you know how this ends. So let's actually give them 1 and of course pay for the shield. Then D-React, Frosty and an arsenal. So let's block, let's pay. They will react, I will react. No worries, mate. And we can take the tunic and take 0 in the end, if they want to waste that attack. That's fine with me. Now let's take 0. Okay. Fine with me, mate. And you know what happens next? Frosty. 18 more to go. Yep. We will not be having that. Now we have a blizzard. And this may change things a bit. Okay, so now they use that. If they load up everything, and do not leave enough mana, we can actually make them lose go again. So we can make that, put that on the top. As a D-React, block with 1 and make them lose go again. And reply with the hammer. And that's actually not a bad idea. I mean, we have a 4. I didn't have to use that. Or did I? Pay 1. I will D-React. And I will use the blizzard. And they lost the counter and have no go again now. The case is that now we will not have the arsenal, but we want to take the card anyway. 17 more to go. now they potentially will. Okay, so that's a thing. That's fine. Okay. So now they will be making all that. And we can start with that one. Pay one. React. So we will be taking one. I want to get back into the arsenal rotation. So we will have to take some damage now. So let's block with that. Pay one, take two. That's okay. I know that this is a boring matchup, but yeah, since this is the turn where we do not have the resources, let's maybe prevent one damage with the Crater Fist. I know that it's psychological damage, but yeah. 16 more to go. Let's go with a Frosty and an Arsenal. Okay, that's fine. We will pass Arsenal. And let's see what else can we do. There should be an Earth after that, a yellow autumn's touch. So actually, if we pitch that for a crown, we will get that autumn's touch. And now I want to reply with that. There is the last unmovable in the arsenal. They used things, but there is that unmovable. So maybe it's not the time to do that. No reason to take the damage. They've used like one. Yeah, so they must have more unmovables. No reason to take the damage then. Let's stay on our path. Let's keep the plan. Let's just keep the plan. I lost the card there. Okay, it's back. We can deny the reloading by maybe you know what? This will be the arsenal. So let's do that. Pay one. Do that. Be fancy. So 3 damage floating, 3 damage prevention floating. Then again, 1 floating, then again, yeah, we will not be taking as much damage. I don't know if they can take us before decking out. So yeah, we will take the resource, we will block, we will pay for that and stay on one floating, and finally maybe we will take 1 damage in the end. And that's just fine. We will not pay in here, and we will reply with a Frosty. Now we 15 more cards to go. So if they are able to do 1 or 2 damage per turn, and that's 15 turns, we have as well some blocks in here. So yeah, maybe undo that last turn. Yeah, I don't know why I clicked through the arsenal phase. I need that arsenal. So yeah, I went too fast there. Arsenal, and back to the game. Of course we have D reacts as well, so in the end we can prevent some more damage. Yeah, they start repopulating that. At this point they have like only blues in the deck, so they will be able to do that each turn. And now we do not have the earth reaction, so we will have to give them a card. Yeah, so let's start with that one. It's a bolting. So since we will be giving them cards, it may be as well that one. So 1 prevention floating yet again. Yeah, just an Oldhim doing Oldhim stuff. Prevention floating, and in the end 1 damage will be dealt if they really want to. That's just fine. Now let's reply with the Frosty. Take a card. Yeah, they started blocking with blues because they have only blues and the D-react in the arsenal. Yeah, populating those like a mantra. Yep. Yep. That's fine. We will do that. We will block with the shield and block with a pommel. Pass and pay 1. We will block with the shield, block with the hypothermia, and pay 1. So now they are taking 2 cards and we are taking 1, but we are in that spot where we kinda are able to do that. It's, you know, we have 33 cards, they have 13. in the deck. And on the way we will have some earth reacts, so not always we will have to give them the card, like right now. I don't know if they see where this is going or not yet. That's fine. That is as well fine. And now we kinda wanna do that. Throw into that. And block with that. Block with that maybe. Pay 1, leave the floating, react with that, arsenal that, pitch that for the Winter's Whale, and so on. So we will pay, the prevention will be floating, that's fine. We can react to that. It would be good to have ice react, so they cannot repopulate those counters. So we have free prevention floating. No, I will back you out. They were asking if it's a draw. So yeah, let's pay. Leave 1 prevention out, and from the tunic get 0. Good for me. Yeah, so now let's use the tunic resource and pay, and they will do 0. Now let's go ahead with the hammer. Yeah, so they realize that we will be able to block out with the level of HP we had and finally deck them out, so they will either die or start blocking and not be able to do that. So yeah, that was a really boring matchup, I know. People say that the dash has advantage over Oldhim, and to some point that's true, but if you have a good plan from the beginning and try to execute that and do everything to that plan, it may just end like that. Of course, in a tournament environment where you have the time, this may end up in a draw, especially if opponent is not playing fast enough. But yeah, if you try to kill them, they will block you out and they will be able to reply with a damage of their own. So a plan of decking out is feasible. Not always ideal. Sometimes it's better to push the damage, put them to the low levels and finalize with dominate before they can kill you with the setup. Depending on how fast they find the setup as well, you will be put into the situation where you may not be in a distance like that when it comes to the cards in the deck, and you will not be able to deck out effectively if they find that fast. But yeah, you have to just observe the game and react properly, maybe adjust the plan a bit depending on what happens. So let's look for another game for today, maybe something more interesting than that. And yeah, let's see what's up next. We have a Dorinthea matchup coming our way next, and we will be using the usual stuff in here. We will want to go first, and maybe, of course, I mean, it's Dorinthea, we need some D-reacts. The CNCs are good as well for that matchup, so let's leave that. And yeah, I guess we are ready to start. Let's wish our opponent good luck, have fun, and maybe filter out some of that hand. We maybe want some reaction in the arsenal, but we kinda do not want all of that. That's an unfortunate red hand that we've received, and I wouldn't want to let them filter the hand. I would prefer just to arsenal, but with a hand like that it's kinda odd. And we get out for blood, which is not bad, I guess. Arsenal that. So now we kinda got like 3 D-reacts on 8 cards. So yeah, that's a big swing. On a blade incoming. That's nice. So they already took a lot. And we will not be blocking. We will be just reacting. Let's see if they react on that one. Guess no. End of turn, we will use that. Why not? Just to be able to reply with the CNC, since they have the arsenal. Of course they have the crown, but they gotta use it someday. Maybe that's now. That is now. So yeah, that's fine. We still have 2 more. That will be a tough turn, but they already used like one of the determinations. Of course we need to get rid of, you know, all those supremacies and so on, but yeah, we gotta live by that. So that's a start. That's a start, and maybe we will not block the first one. We do not want a counter build up. So yeah, we're getting free. They are using, I don't know why. I mean, not really. That's fine. We just do not want the second counter. So potentially one more reaction. Let's pitch, let's see what we get. That's a 9. We can give them 9. Let's see if they have something. Iron Song response. Yeah, so there will be getting a counter. We could have blocked with a shield as well. That's my bad, have 1 more HP. Okay, so now we're into the defensive. And we want that counter off. We want that counter off. So maybe let's use the tunic in here. That would be a good turn, but we unfortunately will not be able to do that. Maybe let's use that, see if they do anything. We can sink. Okay, so that's fine. That's really weird. Now we want to play that fused, so we will get rid of the react just because this is giving us a lot of damage or cripple the turn anyway. Potential frostbites on block, that's just disgusting attack. So they will let that in. It will still give them some frosties once they use the blade for the first time. We have a de-react, which is fine. So now if the weapon hits, it will go again. We will maybe bait out something and it will not hit, so there will be no, it will go again. But let's use the crown first. We have the response. We will be able to block and the response if needed. And reply with a frosty and an arsenal of our own. I'm thinking about blocking with E-strike. So that's a 7. And if it hits, it will go again. We can kinda block with 1. And that's a 7. Let's do that. Okay, now it's like if it gains 3, we will still go up to 11, so this must be +4. Let's see if that will be +4. So yeah, let's react like that. Hopefully it will not be like another. No, that's fine. So now a usual frosty, slowly chipping in. They've lost the counters. We are ahead in life. They've used some pretty. They already used the crown. Not too much of a meaningful cards yet. But yeah, another Forsaken. Now we will be, yeah, this is the steel blade turn. So maybe we will start with a crown. Yeah, we got the CNC. So now we have to block a lot. We can respond with, I mean, let's block with that one and that one. We can always use the de-react, but first pay for the ram's head. Yeah, let's pay. So that's a 4 block. They will want to use that to bump that to 6, and we will use a D-react in response. So they will use overpower, and it will hit, get the counter. And yeah, now we can kinda attack for 7 or for 6. Let's do that. Let's keep the pressure. Because now basically they have 4 cards. They already used one of their powerful stuff, and they are slowly getting low in HP. So Steel Blade is a great one to bait out. We have a Staunch, so I guess we can do that and pay 1, have this Staunch ready in case it's needed. They will reply with route. That will bring that to 7. So that's just, we're just shy. But we can actually fully block that now by paying for that one. It does not have go again. So yeah, you're not getting that counter. I mean, we're getting rid of that counter. We will gladly pass. Now they have 5 card hand, but the route already used, overpower used, Steel Blade. That's just a CNC. And when it comes to just a CNC, we can let that through. That's it. It's just damage. It's not building anything. And truthfully, we can kinda swing back with a bit more and still maintain the arsenal. So it's a 6 for 9 to be true, and a frostbite and an arsenal. And if we fully blocked that, we would be able to deal kinda for an arsenal, so the math is better by 1. Yeah, but maybe we would not be able to take the cards if it would be just a hammer. Now we took 1 card. We took more than 1 card. So yeah, that is fine. They will be attacking with the blade. Now they will be playing the potion. And we can play Rouse into something, which is great. I mean, of the crown and tunic. So let's try that. Maybe we will not need to show them the CNC, only those 2. So let's start with that, reveal those 2 to them, and we will end up with CNC taking that arsenal maybe, and arsenal the Oaknote on our side. So that's a really nice turn for us. So they are blocking 6, taking 1, and now we will follow that up with the CNC. Maybe we'll catch them with 1 reaction. Maybe they thought about... Okay, so we took 2 additional cards, push that on bottom, and yeah. Now they just end the turn, and we can kinda push the 8. And already we took the Twinning Blade, the Glint, and yeah, Spoils of War, some good cards that we will not have to deal with now, at least not in so many copies. So that's a small win. They will be letting that through. No, it's still Blade Shunt, so 2 cards taken, 2 damage dealt. Fine with me. Let's put that first so that the channel is closer to... You know what? We can actually play that. Shame that we have hand like that. Or we can sink below and hope we do not get a red. But it will cost 1 more. That's just amazing. It does not have go again by itself. So let's try passing. They will break that. No. Okay. So that's a weird thing to do, but we will gladly do that. And why can't I? Okay. Especially that they do not have too much of a block. It's like 1, 2. They used 2 Steel Blade Shunts. So potentially they do not have the last one, and this will go through, doing some damage, taking the hand. They are thinking about instants, but this should hit. It's like 2, even with a shunt, unless they have the shunt in arsenal, block from hand, and the equipment. No, shunt and block from hand would be enough, right? Yeah. So they must have the last one to be able to protect themselves from that. Don't know why they undid the action. Okay. They will let that in. No, they have 1 sink. We kinda want that one first. Let's see what they can do. Okay, so a good card going into the bottom. Let's filter that. And maybe block with that, because we will be responding with an 8 and the arsenal. So yeah, we will take one. We can always reply with that one. So they've done that. So now we can still block. If they wanted to use the boots, we will use our own to be able to maintain the tempo. No card draws on your side if this hits. So any supremacy will be useless now. Last shunt. No, I think. So getting free by. So how many things they used? 2. 1 supremacy and 1 thing left. So we will pass and the turn arsenal and see what we get. The ice reaction is kinda risky, that's why I'm not using that, because basically what they can do is react to that, or yeah, but maybe asking them to pay 2 for go again will be a good one. So let's see what we can draw in here. A pummel, which potentially can end the game for us if we decide to take some of that. So the reactions cards will be costing more. That's fine. Now they will pop that, meaning they need the resources. Play the glistening. We can of course just block a lot and be able to react defensively if needed. So they are starting with a 6. So if we ask them to pay 2, let's maybe start with that and that and that and that and see how they react to that one. We will pay 1, so that's a total 8. No reaction. Okay. They will end the turn. We will attack with a Frosty. We kinda have a hefty life total. More cards than them. They've already used 2 glistenings, 1 supremacy, 1 route, and they are playing only 1, I guess. 1 overpower, they are playing only 1, I guess, as well. Some D-reacts. So they have like 2 D-reacts left. we will arsenal, and yeah, we have those D-reacts, so spoils for starters. I guess I don't want to pitch the D-reacts. Let's maybe pitch the Earth card in here, and that's fine. We can reply with the Frosty and Arsenal now. So that's a 4. We can always do that and pay 1. See how they respond to that. I will be playing the sync, not syncing, and that's just great. So now a Frosty. We can play that from Tunic, so maybe let's leave that in hand. Okay, we're getting 2 cards now, another spoils, and kinda great. So yeah, maybe let's leave the blue in here. Yeah, we would end up with 3 reds in hand. Now we kinda do not need that, so let's play the crown and block with that one. See what they wanna do. I guess not much, so now we will play the Frosty. They're surprisingly, they are not doing much in those last turns. They are using the good cards and presenting only 1 attack. Not much happening on their side. I wonder which one we should arsenal. Maybe let's get the red out. So now the react will be costing us more. But we can still play it just by pitching 3. And now the question is, if we want to attack for 6 or if we want to maintain the arsenal. Looking at their life total, I guess we would like the 8, especially looking at their equipment. So maybe we can get 3 cards out of their hand, or if it's 2 cards still, we will be pushing to damage again. So we will be pushing 5 damage. No, that's a sync. And that's the last one. So that's good news when it comes to potentially later dominated attacks. And we have a sync of our own. That's a good news as well. So 1 card plus that can block a lot, and it will be needed. But that's the last steel blade. So I don't know what are they doing with that. That's fine, they cannot pump this for more than 4. So I think is not even needed. Wonder what actually was that. They seem to not be really experienced with Dorinthea. How many reds we used? Kinda a lot, so we can arsenal that. Don't tell me it's the last shunt on just the hammer. That's a mistake on their part. Yeah, they will be playing with 4-card hand. Nice, but they have nothing more to protect themselves from dominated attacks, and we can easily take that. And we can block it all. That's okay. So there were a few mistakes on the Dorinthea part. They couldn't set up the turn so that the glistenings were meaningful. I mean, they've played that into one attack. Nothing really scary on their side. We are slowly taking all of the good cards, all of the reds. So that's nice. Soon there will be no like good defense reactions for them. And now we can even play that into that for 7, so a total of 14. And maybe let's... No, we can't. I'm not counting good. So yeah, let's play that with go again. And maybe follow that up by 7. We still should have one open. No, that's the last one. That is the last one, but that's fine. Especially that they are letting some damage in. So that's fine. They have to block that again. Potentially with 2 cards. Blocking with 1 puts them really close to dying. Like 1 dominated attack close to dying. Yeah, so they will block fully. We are getting the Singing Steel Blade and Out for Blood again. So all the goodies are ending up in a bin. That's good for us. They will be kinda passing, I guess. And we kinda want something more impactful to do in this turn. And that's just enough of an impact for me. This could have been a pummel, which would end up the game. So now we will put them at 1, I guess. That's right. And yeah, next dominated attack will be the death. That's fine, I guess. We will be using that straight away to have those 2 available. And that one, we can sing that to maybe reply with a hammer. Is that the last determination, or they still have one more? They still have one more. So yeah, they are straight out playing the 4, and we will be responding with the sing. Do I have to wait for them? Maybe let's do it that way. So this will not hit. This is not blocking. So that's fine with me. This should not hit. Yeah, that's just awesome. And now we can kill them with a pommel. Easy. Easy life. That's just easy. Okay. And that's GG, I guess. Unless, okay, so that's a GG. Good match. I mean, some mistakes on Dorinthia's side, especially with those meaningful cards being played without any plan. So they got rid of their main arsenal without pushing through damage, building up counters, anything like that. They were not like, yeah, trying to set it up properly. Or maybe they've tried but couldn't manage to. But yeah, anyways, good game. Cheers for today.